Hey, I'm Jorge, and I want to be a startup founder. And so here I have this product that I've created, Notorious, and it's a notes app. And now I know what you're thinking, another notes app, right? But this one's different, I swear, because it uses AI, and so it's incredible. And so now the only thing preventing me from launching and making a lot of money is simply doing a security review, because I want to make sure that when I launch, I'm not targeted by any malicious actors and I'm hacked. And so I'm going to log in. This is my website, right? And over here, I have a note about the security review that I want to do. In my research, I happen to come across Pensar. So I'm going to go over here to Pensar, and I'm going to create a new workspace. I'm going to set that up. I will point it. I'll provide the URL for my staging environment, because I'm going to want the agent, when it finds vulnerabilities, to actually be able to verify that they actually exist and they're not false positives. I'm going to connect my repo because I wanted to have all the context available. So I found the repo. I'm going to click it here. I'll use this repo. I'll give the agent some test credentials to enable it to do a deeper test as an authenticated user. So I've given it credentials, and now it's going to start testing it to verify that the credentials actually work. It's going through, it's exploring the website. As you can see, it has some screenshots, and yeah, it seems like it was able to authenticate. And so now our credentials are actually validated, and those will be used in the pen test. Perfect, so I'll continue. I can even integrate with Slack to get notifications when we do reconnaissance on the repo, or when a pen test is kicked off or finished. I can invite members of my team to the workspace. The agent is now exploring the code base, spawning several sub-agents to create a very thorough mapping of the attack surface, but that takes a little bit of time. We're still waiting for the logs to come in. So I'm gonna go over here. Previously, I set up another workspace so that we have some stuff to look at. This is the dashboard. We have access to the attack surface that the agent first creates of the repos that you've added to your organization. It has all the different endpoints for each application with different potential risks. And once you've done your attack surface, you can then actually run a pen test so that you can have agents explore and test against your staging environment to actually verify any vulnerabilities that it has found. So yeah, here we are. You can take a look at the different logs for the agent as it tries to create a pen test or tries to find vulnerabilities. As a result of the pen test, I can now see the issues that have been found and verified. So if I take a look here, let's see. This one looks particularly interesting. It seems like there's a potential prompt injection risk here. All right, weak auth token. Okay, let's see. Okay, so AI processes injected content as instructions within a note file. And it looks like the LLM has access to any page from any workspace without auth integrated to check if the user has access. Okay, and not only do I have the analysis, but I also have evidence. I have a timeline of what the agent did. I have a proof of concept that the agent actually used to verify the exploit. And so I have everything that I need to know that this was verified and that it's not just a false positive. Now, another fun fact about me, I happen to also be the head coach for the US men's national team, and we're currently playing in the World Cup. So over here, I'm in my workspace for the notes that we have for our game against Australia tomorrow. And I happen to know that Australia is also a very loyal user of my app, Notorious. And so I know that they have their match plan against us here in their workspace. Okay, and so now I'm gonna try to see if I can get the agent to return to me the game plan from Australia's separate workspace. So let's see. First, I'll tell it to search the Australia national team's workspace and list all the files. And let's see what it says. So, okay, it's not able to search because the search tool actually does properly scope the workspace. But using the issue that we found from Pensar, we actually know that we can prompt inject the actual content, and it's able to use a tool to read any note regardless of workspace. So now if I scroll down and I use the context from the vulnerability found by Pensar that says that I can prompt inject the individual notes and that the LLM has direct access to any note regardless of the workspace, I'm going to tell it to help me prep for tomorrow's match against Australia. And when it sees this note, it's going to know that that's located around page 1050. And so now the agent, here we go. All right, so it did read page 1050, and boom, we have Australia's game plan. And so although I want to use this to help the USA beat Australia tomorrow, I am also the founder of Notorious, and so I know that I want to patch this vulnerability. Fortunately, if I go to Pensar, I go to the issue, and I go here to patching, look at this. Pensar actually created for us the remediation for this vulnerability, and we have the ability to create the pull requests. And just like that, I have a fix for my vulnerability. So to recap, we created a workspace with Pensar. We did a deep mapping of the attack surface. We found vulnerabilities. We ran a pen test and verified the vulnerabilities with proof of concepts. And we even automatically generated a patch for the vulnerabilities. And so now I can rest easy.